Hello, people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news for the 14th of December 2024. I hope you all enjoyed that, my most recent video in my tutorial series on the Mirage F1EE, all about the navigational systems of the aircraft. And I think there's probably a little bit more content to have on that one, might be another week or two. I'll cover things like the countermeasures and the radar warning receiver. So, welcome to the stream, Tog. First here and first on the premiere. Well done. Tea Kettle Barbecue, Colin Kelly, Only Napalm, Pink Floyd, Tog. I don't know what that word is you used, but okay. B. Denson, welcome. Only Napalm, Mad Dog Max 78, and Patrick Strandqvist. Welcome everybody to the stream. Welcome aboard. I wasn't here last week, so we have two newsletters to cover on this occasion. But basically nothing's happened. There's hardly been anything at all. It's not like a new map or a remaster of a module has come out, or a DCS update even. So we've got a couple of items to cover. And as always, I'll start with the Eagle Dynamics newsletter. Seanam81, welcome, and Hammy, welcome as well. Let's take a quick look at last week's newsletter. This one is when the F5E remaster dropped for just $9.99 for the next 3 months. And then eventually it's going to be going back up to $14.99. Keep in mind, this is now the only version of the F4 that you can get your hands on. The original edition is now discontinued. However, kind of like bug fixes and other updates will continue to be provided for the previous version. So you don't need to upgrade if you don't want to. This upgrade is pretty much just visual. Although I think it does look very good. I got it myself. I had more than enough ED miles hanging around, and so I've purchased the remaster myself, and I've had a little look, and I like it. I'm a big fan of the F5. It was actually one of the first aircraft that we flew in the VAF, so it's a good aircraft. I think it's well worth a look. And if you find yourself flying the aircraft, having the remaster is quite nice. It's pronounced Yo Saturn Ali Ya Pre-Christian Xmas Greeting. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, Tog, but I'm sure that's the case. So yes, we get an entirely new external model and cockpit. We also get a trailer. Actually, I didn't realize there was a trailer. Let's isn't that a MiG-28? I think so. Let's get a look at this trailer here, see what it's all about. So yeah, like I said, I've picked this up and I've flown around with it a little bit. I may well do a video on it shortly as well. I think it looks really good. And they have fixed a bunch of bugs and kind of enhanced the aircraft with some additional laser-guided bomb loadouts as well. Although you get that whether you buy the remaster or not. And of course, showing off the new fog as well, which is something we'll talk about in just a moment. Welcome, Yogi. Welcome to the stream. And I'll take this opportunity to remind you all to subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. Bread, is the radar improved? No, there are no changes to the radar, at least not at present. What would you want improved about the radar? I think the radar is actually fairly nicely modeled. It's an extremely basic unit in this aircraft, so there's not that much to simulate. They made some tweaks to the auto-AC modes, but beyond that, nothing changed. Thank you very much for the very kind donation there, Yogi. That's very, very good of you. Thank you. Mark S, welcome to the stream. Yes, Yogi, I'm doing rather well, thank you. Pink Floyd, I like the F5 remaster. It's not great, but it's good enough. It's not much, but it does bring the exterior and the interior up to the same standard of more modern modules. So I think it's pretty cool. So there you go, F5E remaster. You even get yourselves a nice trailer for it. So, Right, just trying to catch up with chat here. Yogi, is there any news on the Typhoon or the MiG-29? That's a no on both of those. I wouldn't expect to hear anything about the Typhoon anytime too soon. Heat Blur is, of course, still finishing off the F4 Phantom, and they do still have a bunch of stuff that they're planning to implement in the F-14 Tomcat. So my expectation is that the Typhoon will be coming a bit later. Tog, I heard somewhere that there was some drama over having to buy the upgrade for this and possible updates. This true or just hype? You don't have to buy this remaster if you want to continue to get updates to the F5. So the updates and bug fixes are free for everyone. Well, everyone who's previously purchased the F5, that is. If you buy the remaster, the only thing you're getting is a visual overhaul. The previous version of the module will continue to operate in just the same ways this new one does. Bread, if I remember correctly, the main complaints about the F5 were related to how the radar handled ground clutter. It does handle ground clutter, like it displays ground clutter, and targets can be obscured by it. In my testing, that's been my finding. So, but I found that to be the case before this update as well. So I don't believe anything's changed about the radar, and I certainly think the ground clutter is working. The thing that used to really annoy me about the F5 actually was the radar warning receiver, because they'd incorrectly modeled the search button, but that's already been fixed, so that's not so bad. Oh, and there you go. Yeah, Bread talking about the RWR as well. Yeah, that one's been fixed. Ground clutter, yeah, I'm not familiar with this problem. Mr. Yeti, hello all. Not been on for a few weeks. Good to be back. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, that was the trailer, and there's also been a DCS update. We'll talk about that in a moment associated with this. So, yeah, we get a new and highly detailed external model with a new cockpit rebuilt from scratch, 3 different helmets with 4 separate liveries. I would have liked to have seen a few more liveries here, but, you know, we've got what we've got. I'm sure people will put some more together. New and highly detailed pilot model, great for virtual reality. That's always nice to see. Detailed gun bays with removable panel, although that's actually bugged right now. They've acknowledged that that's not working correctly, and that will be getting fixed. And new ramp covers for parked aircraft, which do indeed work and look nice. And so yeah, the new liveries that we've got neutral grey, Swiss Air Force, Australian Air Force, Norwegian Air Force, which is nice to see. The MiG-28 Top Gun Black, Aggressor Navy Blue camouflage, and Aggressor Desert camouflage. They are going to be working on a 1970s Vietnam livery, an Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force livery, Imperial Iranian Air Force livery, Swiss Air Force demo team, and Aggressor Forest camouflage. These are all to come. Only Napalm remaster is good business mindset. There are many modules I'd like to have, F-18D, etc. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And as they say here, the original F5 is no longer available for purchase. You can only buy the remastered version. But if you still have the older version, it will continue to receive improvements and fixes. So like, you're not being forced to buy this, kind of is the short version. If you don't want to pay for prettier textures and modeling, then yeah, there's no need. And actually, in my testing of this, it is literally a brand new external model. Like it's not just like they've kind of tarted it up with nicer textures. They have completely remodeled the aircraft externally and internally. So moving on, we have our big update to DCS 2.9.10. And the main thing here, of course, being the addition of the new fog and dust technology. And I've got to say, I would kind of use this all the time, honestly. Like I think even if you add just a little bit of fog, it gives you much better atmospherics in your missions. I think it makes everything look a lot more like real life, because unless you've got like zero humidity on any given day, you're going to have at least some amount of fog, at least at distance. So this is a feature I would make use of in all your missions. And I know that some of the campaign makers have gone back over their campaign missions and have added this feature to their missions, because it does make everything look so much better. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that's been done. We'll go over the changelog. and see what they have to say. But of course, the big thing here is the supercarrier deck crew, which is kind of fun, which is also compatible with the F-14. Which is good to see. So that's going to be working with the F-18, the F-14. I wonder what the case will be with the A4, if we can actually get supercarrier deck crew working with the A4. That would be nice if possible. But yeah, jumping straight into the changelog here, we have had a hotfix more recently. Not much to cover here apart from the fact that we got the DCS Iraq map, which we'll cover in the next newsletter, and then some fixies. But here's the main one, new fog technology with both automatic and manual generation. There's a white paper that they've given us. There's a DCS mission editor improvements, a bunch of improvements to that. There's a video that goes along with that, which you can watch and find out how to make best use of. There's also the demonstration that I played 2 weeks ago, the DCS Ascending video, which shows off the new fog, and we also get the DCS F5E remaster. Alberto, would be good if they join the Syria, Iraq, and Sinai maps together. Yeah, I don't know. Like, good luck having enough RAM to load all of that would be my my worry. I think that's unlikely to be possible with the current game engine. So, what else have we got going on here? They've improved the ambient occlusion effect. We've increased rendering distance of contrails. Volumetric lights are a new setting. And then, of course, the mission editor additions. We've got some AI fixies, some GUI stuff, and so on. Bunch of fixies for the F-16, bunch of fixies for the F-18, bunch of fixies for the Apache. We've added the brand new deck crew, which was demonstrated in Matt Wagner's YouTube video a little while back, but there are some known issues with this one. The new deck crew and dynamic slots are under development and may not work correctly in some cases. Some deck crew functionality may work incorrectly in case of changing slot while crew operations are in progress. So yeah, be aware that this is their first pass on this feature, and it's perhaps not always working perfectly. Only Napalm director chaps are the best we got this year. I don't know. I kind of, for me, the fog is the big ticket item here. Like, I think the fog is really, really good. I've turned it on. I've fiddled with it. I've tried different settings, and I think the improvement to the ambience is just brilliant. Pink Floyd, there's a tutorial on how to set up triggers to take you from one map to another. Pretty cool. I actually saw that. There was a guy, demonstrating the ability to fly from Syria to Iraq. That's an interesting one. I've not went into the detail of it, so I don't understand how it works yet, but that's definitely one that I'm going to need to look into and have a go at. Sounds pretty cool. So yeah, the F5E, of course, we have the remaster, but they've also added different laser-guided bomb loadouts, which is kind of cool. And then we have a bunch of fixies, which is very nice to see. And hopefully we get a bunch more of these now as well. Now that F5 is actually generating revenue for Eagle again, hopefully they put some development time on it. Because I think, there's nothing massively wrong with it. Like, it's a really good, solid aircraft. And it's a very simple aircraft. It's easy to fly. But I think it could be tidied up a little bit here and there code-wise. So, more fixies to the CH-47F. We also got improved synchronization of the screens and buttons, implemented loading, display, and addition of fixed points in the flight plan, and we've also got implementation of the display of FPP based on airfields nav aids with corresponding symbols, which is cool. Bunch of fixies for the Hind, and then we're going to jump over a bunch of these. Fixies for the JF-17. The Kiowa Warrior. It has a bunch of fixies, and of course this is us seeing the full and proper implementation of Echo 19's sound overhaul. We did, of course, have an accidental preview in the last update, which was not supposed to be shipped. Now we have the real deal, which is nice. Also got optimizations in the L2 MUM system, optimizations in the HSD, a bunch of updates, and we get Afghanistan instant action missions, which is cool to see. Tog, imagine the time it would take to load a new map using triggers, though. I'll bet it's not multiplayer friendly. Oof. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know how that's going to work. F4 gets a bunch of updates, mostly to Jester and to weapons. F14 Tomcat gets an implementation of the deck crew, the new deck crew, which is kind of cool. And that's pretty much it. Not much else. Bunch of updates to the campaigns as well. And like I said, we did have a hotfix dropped just on the 11th of December there a few days ago. Nothing much to note here. Lots of fixes for the Mirage F4, but I didn't notice anything like super duper. And then more campaign updates. So a bunch of really cool stuff in there. If we jump back to the newsletter, lastly, we have the VIAF 2024 Virtual International Air Festival from today till Sunday. Okay, so that's that's already expired. But yes, they were on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December. They were talking about the Virtual International Air Festival. I actually watched this last year, and it was pretty cool. I missed it this year. Only Napalm Fog system update was cool too. I agree. I think it's nice stuff. So that's everything that we got in the newsletter last week. This dropped on the 6th of December. We then had another newsletter drop on the 13th of December, which was tomorrow at the time of filming, and we can jump into that one as well. The big item in this one is the Iraq map, of course. So Iraq is out now. The early access launch of DCS Iraq covers central and northern Iraq. This map uses our latest map technology with improved normal mapping, better vegetation, and many interesting points of interest to provide a highly realistic and engaging feeling of flight. So, anything particularly interesting here? Work's going to continue. They're going to add new roads. They're also going to add additional airfields in the form of H2 and H3, Al-Qut and Mosul. More points of interest, and they're going to be tuning the view distances and airfields. Further expansion will grant you access to Iraq southern region, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, I'm never sure how people pronounce that, and Saudi Arabia. Kuwait. I wonder why they're putting Kuwait in there, people. Why would that be relevant to Iraq, I wonder? Just like other DCS maps, we offer DCS Iraq as a complete map that will be updated throughout the early access period. However, if you're only interested in a particular region or you're on a budget, you can decide to simply purchase the northern Iraq region in high detail. The choice is yours. So yeah, currently we have northern and central Iraq, and at a later date we're going to get southern Iraq. So this is exciting. I've not really looked at this one yet, so I don't know what to expect here. I'll probably grab this in the what's it called again? Like the free trial. I'll probably grab a free trial of this map and give it a go. I grabbed Afghanistan in the free trial, but unfortunately at the time I grabbed it, it was completely bugged and was only loading kind of low quality textures with the lowest possible LODs as well, so it was basically unusable. And yeah, it wasn't fixed in the time that I was trialing it, so I've not really had a chance to properly look at that. Pink Floyd, love the Iraq map. The mountains are amazing. The Halfgan map looks pretty dull in comparison. Afghanistan, I think you mean to say, yes. Tog, still no Razbam drama notes. Confidence -1, roll -1, saving roll. Yeah, it's sadly it is like that. I was actually just looking at the forums the other day. I think it was 1 or 2 days ago, just to get up to date with the ED Razbam drama, and there is nothing to report at all, which is not great. It makes you wonder what's going to happen with the F-15. Will it ever be finished? Is ED going to take it over themselves, or is it going to get sold to somebody else to finish? Will it have to be completely recreated from scratch? Who knows? And of course, although ED have committed to keeping the Harrier and the M2000C working with DCS World updates, I don't think there's any possibility that we're going to see additions to those aircraft, which might not be a problem. The M2000C and the Harrier are quite complete, so that might be okay. But it's a shame nonetheless. Very, very cool aircraft. Byron Farrow, welcome to the stream. Only Napalm Iraq map is probably the best I've seen so far. Hopefully my first expansion is not wrong. Pink Floyd, the mountains are next level for DCS. Just gorgeous. Very cool. So we then had another small update. This was the hotfix that I just talked about a moment ago. Yeah, ED kind of go over the details of what they managed to do here. Mirage F1, they talk about this a little bit. Multiple avionics and system improvements to enhance realism and reliability. Navigation, formation, and landing lights are now more accurate, along with radar rendering fixes and improvements to radio behavior. The Beluga BLG-66 bomb and other payload options have been standardized. What they mean is they've switched them from Airgis's custom implementation to ED's own implementation, which is good. Various cockpit animations, indicator flags, and instrument behaviors have been corrected, leading to a more authentic flight experience. Sean IM81, ED took off any Razbam labeling on the SA map. Yeah, I noticed that, which makes me think they've kind of directly taken on the contractor who was working on that. So, yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Razbam anymore at this stage. Then we've got a development update on the East Afghanistan map. So this is the part that we don't currently have. We're committed to delivering the Afghanistan East project into early access in the nearest future and to ensuring that it meets the expected quality standards. Our primary focus is currently centered on creating essential airfields and ensuring they operate seamlessly. We're also carefully refining and enriching the areas surrounding these sites to minimize any need for later adjustments. After initial release. Yeah. So lots and lots of cool stuff going on here. They're also working on some unique buildings specific to this area and different points of interest. Also developing a detailed non-destructive road network across Afghanistan. Also significantly expanding the map's overall data, incorporating an unprecedented number of settlements, agricultural areas, and industrial zones. This surpasses any previous DCS map in terms of scope and density. And on a technical front, we're improving ground textures and employing new algorithms to create more detailed normal maps. These refinements will bring greater visual depth and realism to the terrain. So here you go, and here's a kind of overall map here. You can see it's quite a sizable area that they're looking to include here. It even looks like we're getting a little bit of kind of north and western Pakistan, which is cool. Which, you know, for operations in Afghanistan makes perfect sense. That's going to be kind of useful. Pink Floyd, I think they're bringing the Iraq map tech to the Afghanistan map. That'll be very good, but it'll mean more waiting. That is what they said, actually, if you go back a month or so. In the newsletter, they specifically said that there are delays because they're taking some of the tech that they've developed for Iraq and implementing it in Afghanistan. So that's fine. That's and not only is it fine, it's a good thing. And then we have the winter sale. Let's take a quick look at the trailer for that. No audio, of course, because we have copyright music in here. But yeah, we see some F-15s, some MiGs, some F-16s, showing off that Leopard tank. The soundtrack for this one's actually quite fun, so I recommend watching it on your own with the sound turned on. But yeah, a bunch of savings to be had. You know, if ever you're looking at buying a DCS module, just wait for the next sale. There's always a sale coming. And there you go. 50% off most products, December 13th until January 6th. So that's a good one. A bit of excitement there. Save yourself some money on a whole load of modules. You see here the complete list in the newsletter. We've got a bunch of stuff at 50% off, covering just about all the major modules. Some things at 40% off, 25% off. Does it list? Yeah, modules that are not on sale. So worth mentioning, we don't have the F5 remaster. We don't have the Harrier. We don't have the F-15E. We don't have the Phantom. We don't have the M2000C, MiG-19P, Mirage F1. None of those are on sale. Oh, actually, yeah, the Kiowa Warrior and the Chinook also not on sale. Tog, Abrams. And yeah, Pink Floyd, still no 50% off the MB339. Yeah, for whatever reason, the India Fox Echo just don't seem to have any intention of putting that particular module on sale. So that is simply not happening. Nice module, though. I have it, and I've flown it quite a bit, and I do rather like it. I'm a big fan of these trainer jets. I know a lot of people complain about their inclusion and ask why they're there, but they're a lot of fun to fly. It's a great way to refine your kind of flight skills. They're good fun for a bit of role playing if you're in an online virtual squadron like the VAF, which we'll be talking about in just a moment. And yeah, they're just nicely modeled aircraft that you can joyride. Most of them do also have light CAS capabilities as well. So if you wanted to do some kind of anti-insurgency style close air support work, you have that as an option. I actually quite like doing that in the C-101. I actually find that a bit of fun. Mr. Yeti Gazelle is a lovely helicopter. I also agree. Since Polychop put a lot of effort into reworking it, it is really good. Stuart McLean, just use some miles to grab the Gazelle. Nice. Pink Floyd, that'll be the 2025 secret reveal module. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? DCS Ground War Simulator. Speaking of, I got to try the new Gunner Heat PC update. Bet DCS could top it though if they tried hard enough. I've played that. The latest Gunner Heat PC update has ground troops, and it's a lot of fun. It's very, very cool. Of course, looking forward to the DCS World 2025 and beyond video when that drops, which I imagine will be with us in a couple of weeks. Those are always good for a look, and if they're intending to like do a secret reveal of anything, that's usually when they're going to do it. So we should hold out for that. Another quick reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. You also have the option of joining Deepak's ground crew for a small monthly fee, and I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. But that's actually all the news we have for this week, so at this stage I'm going to go ahead and pimp the VAF, but first I'm going to cough. Crikey, sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and pimp the VAF. So, the VAF, or the Virtual Air Force, is a virtual online squadron originally started by myself and Dot Chuckles many, many moons ago. We're flying on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. UK time, and we're currently recruiting for the Harrier Squadron. We're recruiting for F-16s, F-18s, and I think that's it as of right now. The F4 Squadron and the Helicopter Squadron sadly closed due to a lack of pilots. But yes, we are always looking for 16s, 18s, and Harriers. Click on the Discord link in the show notes below to come and join our Discord. Everybody is welcome, whether you fly with us or not. And we're also looking for air traffic controllers, mission makers, livery makers, scripters, and just people to hang out with us. It's a great group of people very interested in aviation and flight in general. So come hang out with us, whether you fly with us or not. That's the Virtual Air Force. Mr. Yeti, might a dynamic campaign be the 2025 reveal? That would be great, but I don't know. No, get to the chopper. Only Napalm. Soon Deepak shall pimp the VAF. I confirm that the community is very cool, adult-oriented, and kind of pro. Thank you very much, sir. That's extremely kind of you to say so. So yes, Deepak's ground crew. If you click the join button below this video and pay a small monthly fee, you can join Deepak's ground crew. You gain access to a dedicated Discord server where we all hang out, and you have direct access to me. You can ask me questions or chat to me or whatever you want. And we haven't done it in quite some time, but I am intending to resurrect the Deepak's ground crew flights that we used to do from time to time, post mission files there that I use for my tutorials. I'm also thinking about doing my own series of checklists, which I would also post there just for ground crew members. So I really appreciate those of you who support me in this way. Thank you very, very much, all of you. And I'll give you all your shout outs now. Thank you very much, Channel Right, JR Walker, Fishy's Canal, Mr. Yeti, Tier Zero, Seanam81, John Bloor, Tea Kettle Barbecue, Whiskey Dale, Stuart McLean, Mangash, Exorcist, Frantic, Michael, Willow Wilson, Byron Farrow, Osprey, Snooblaren, A Balance, Mad Dog, Max78, Pink Floyd, and Samantha. Thank you all very, very much for your support. And thank you to everybody who just watches or clicks that thumbs up or subscribes or any of that stuff. It's all a really big help to me and to the channel. Only Napalm, DH, can you please confirm a bit earlier if we had this nice Saturday evening session? I understand if you cannot estimate, but I just plan my Saturday evenings with this event. Sorry, Only Napalm, I don't fully understand. Are you asking about the flight? Confirm a bit. Oh, confirm a bit earlier if we have any planned. So none of them are planned as of right now. I will post something into the Discord as early as I can to give everybody an opportunity. I'll also use the Discord event functionality so that you get a little reminder. So I'll do my best. Yes, also Deep Hack Plays. I will be doing some more streams of Deep Hack Plays as well. So don't worry, that stuff's coming. If you enjoy watching me playing Tarkov and calling frantic names, then that's coming back very, very soon. So that's everything that I have for this week. I've been Deepak. Every Saturday at about 6:30 p.m. UK time, I post a new tutorial. Currently running a series on the Mirage F1EE. Once that's complete, I'm doing the Apache, so stay tuned for that. I know there's a lot of people very excited to learn about the Apache. And that's always followed by the DCS news, which just happens to be this thing, what you're watching right now. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Thanks for your support as well. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.